watching the rhyme, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, subscribe,
No, it's kind of like it's smeared with shart. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Gamestop exclusive Back in Black Deadpool, aka Venompool. If you're trying to pick this up, yeah, you can get it at Gamestop. I did order this in the mail a while ago, and wow, this looks very cool, even though I'm not too familiar with the Back in Black Deadpool that they're referring to over here. Anyway, we get a nice image of the Back in Black Deadpool right over there. And then on the very back, we get Venompool. Then there's a read-up. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. Then we get another image of Venompool over there, and then we get the Deadpool logo in black and white at the top, and not much more on the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Venompool out of the packaging. Now, just to warn you, there's not a whole lot of new going on with this figure. Again, repaints. We're seeing a lot of repaints from Marvel Legends, but it's still a fun figure. I do judge figures on how much I like to take photos of them, because that's essentially how I play with my figures. I like taking pictures of them. So I got a lot of photos of this guy. I did have a lot of fun, and he does have a lot of accessories. So let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll get a closer look at the Venompool. So here's all the accessories that we get with Venompool, and we've seen all this stuff before with one figure or another. We get these tendrils right over here that came with the Agent Venom figure a few years back. We get these katanas right here, which look fantastic. I love the translucent pink that we're seeing right there. These were pulled from a statue by the symbiote, but these look great. I really dig them a lot. There's no weapon storage for them, but still, I like that we have them. We get one right-handed whipping hand right there. We get two sword-grabbing hands, and then we get these two symbiote or Clintar hands right there. Looking pretty awesome. We've seen these before with Carnage. And then, of course, we get the two head sculpts. So as I mentioned earlier, I was not familiar with the Back in Black storyline for this Venompool, but I did some research, and it turns out that this is a what-if story. So instead of the symbiote going and feeding on, or not feeding, but latching on to Eddie Brock to form Venom, the symbiote goes on and attaches to Deadpool. And Deadpool's in the middle of fighting Machine Man, and he's getting his butt kicked by Machine Man, and then that's when we see the symbiote latch on to Deadpool, and then we have the Venompool, and the symbiote grabs the swords from a statue. And of course, with the Merc with the Mouth's abilities, he has the additional abilities of Spider-Man to go with it. So it's pretty neat, pretty fun concept, and a really good looking head sculpt, which we have seen before with the Blizzard figure, but it's painted really nicely over here. You can see some nice white over the black, and I do like it. You get the nice black eyes right there. Not a whole ton going on the back, but yeah, you can see the ears and everything, and you could swap this, and then you could have the more Clintar expressive face sculpt going on here, which came with the Superior Venom figure, which I really like. That's pretty awesome. I dig that. For a comparison with that, you can see that right over there, so that's pretty cool. Now, nothing's new sculpt-wise over here, but I do like these new paint apps, especially, you know, you'd really appreciate the sculpted teeth over here a lot better with that pink and that yellow color right over there for the teeth, and a little bit of pink splotchage right over there, but not the worst. And then the eyes look really good, so I do like how the paint came out for this head sculpt. It does look really good. Then looking at the rest of the figure, we're mostly getting a Bucky Cap mold, yeah, which, I mean, for me, isn't the worst thing in the world. I like the Bucky Cap mold. We've seen it used for Deadpool figures in the past. This right wrist is very loose. It's super loose on this. That frustrates me. This side, not so bad. Then the legs look pretty good. We get some nice clean paint apps right over here with the silver for that Deadpool logo. You can see a little bit of the plastic being raised right over here. That's why you see black. But for the most part, it looks like they put multiple coats of white on here, so it looks pretty solid. Not too many years ago, I remember complaining about Hasbro not putting enough white paint over the black on some of their figures, so I think for the most part, this came out looking pretty clean. Then we have these new feet, which I like. These are much better than the previous Bucky Cap feet that we'd seen, so I really dig that a lot. And we get the peg holes under the feet. Now, we've seen the articulation on this thing many times before, so I want to really talk about these tendrils over here. This is originally made for a different figure that had a different body mold, so putting this on here isn't the most snug fit. You're going to get tiny bits of gappage right there, but I think that actually looks pretty good just going like that. Of course, you could rotate this around and you could do different things with it if you'd like. Now, you can get these tendrils holding these katanas, but man, it's tricky. Like, you really have to balance it correctly. We're not getting a solid grip here at all on any of them. So I've been able to take a bunch of pictures and you can see it's holding it right there, but it's a lot of balancing more than it actually being gripped on there. So, like, you know, seeing like one of these knees. It's just, yeah, it just doesn't want to stay too well. I mean, yeah, you can get that going on, kind of. You have to really mess with it and balance it correctly and figure things out to make it work. But as you'll see at the end of this video, I did take a lot of pictures and I did make it work. Now, as far as this new head sculpt goes, I mean, new head sculpt for this body, it does work out pretty well. You can move the head all the way up that far and it will look down that far and you get side-to-side movement. And then the shoulders still move outward all the way that much and you can move them down. You can rotate 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Ooh, a little bit of paint splotching right over there. I didn't notice that earlier. And then all the wrists swivel side to side and hinge up and down. We get the ab crunch forward and not much back. We get a waist swivel. Then the hips move outward just that far. And then he kicks forward that much and back a little bit. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot rotation, ankles move down, up, and he does have ankle pivot. I said I wasn't going to go over the articulation. I know. I lied. Liar. Now to measure out this Venompool figure, you can see that he's standing just over 6.5 inches tall. Then here's Venompool compared to a couple figures that share the same head sculpt. We have the Superior Venom, and then we have the Blizzard figure. And then we have the Venompool figure, of course, next to Venom and Deadpool from the Juggernaut wave. And if you wanted to do a little bit of head swapping with the regular Deadpool, you definitely can do that, you know? So if you wanted, I don't know if I like how that looks, but hey, yeah, if you want to play around with it like that, you could. As far as putting this Venom head sculpt on there, I don't know exactly why you'd want to do that, but nope, doesn't fit. I mean, come on, man. And then here's the Venompool figure next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, and no stop motion today. I'm sorry, you guys. I've been tied up with, I don't know. I don't know what I could be tied up with. And then here's the Venompool figure attached to a Mafex stand with the tendrils attached while holding the katanas. So while those katanas are tricky to get in there, you can make it work. You just have to finesse it correctly and get it balanced right and all that, and they will stay. It's just not the easiest thing to do, and they're still a bit flimsy even though I have them there. But I gotta say, I like this figure. I picked it up on Gamestop.com, I think, and it came out to $31.50. So it's an exclusive, a pretty cool looking exclusive. I'm not particularly attached to Venompool, but I do think it's neat. I do think it's cool, and I did have fun with the figure. And I hope you guys had fun watching this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of the video you just watched. If you want to see more ShartimusPrime videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Also, I gotta give a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel, that make it possible for me to produce videos like this for you guys. If you want to see a photo gallery of images, it'll be over at marvelousnews.com, and you can follow me on the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to everything in the description below. I will catch you guys later. Peace.
I'm gonna play with my toys today. 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 Well, I don't care what the strangers say. I'm gonna play with my toys today.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
We're shot. Your face is set. We're shot.